National shutdown 20 March. We don't apply for nothing.
On the 20th of February, there is no national shutdown.
National shutdown, yes or not? Are you in or are you out? It is now well known by everyone that Julius Malema have called for the national shutdown. Yes, and this national shutdown had raised a lot of opinions among South Africans, whether it is in the world of politicians and political parties or whether it is among the nation. This time, we're talking about Nhlanhla Lux. Yes, he had spoken out. And what he said is what I would like you to hear, because we're going to have a conversation about what Lux have said in response to Julius Malema's calling for the national shutdown. We're going to have a conversation, but before we have that conversation, here's what Nhlanhla Lux have to say.
Man, on the 20th of February, there is no national shutdown. We are not going to be dictated by politicians how we move. They say jump, we say how high. Those days are over. Those days where people are hypnotized by politicians, those days are over. Politicians, your time has run out. I want to be like Malema or 20 country akwala. Malema, who is he? Malema tshwana le mme wa ko next door. It's just a normal citizen of this country. Ska to re blella. I want to talk blella Malema or country akwala. Do this, do that. How about a country kwala ntate? We need election ube governing governor South Africa ube president. To president ya political party how? Ya batho ba 10 yana. Malema, you don't have real numbers. Number one. Hana di number Malema. Skamplela ka hired crowd ya parantho tse ready. Majority ya batho ba teng ke batho ba tswang ko ntle. Ba tlatsa di stadium nyana tse nyane mo ba tswa ko ntle. Samoetsa audit to shebe ma South African e kae mara UFF dololo. And that is simple. Like ebile ke joke, ke tshegisi ka yena ke bua nnete. Why a letsatsi la ho vota a sa thole di number tse re di bonang every day? Hey, hona le ba le ready man. Ho tla le ka re ho tla etsa something. Voting day. Every voting day, come voting day. Ibila le blello re ya lena nnete. A itebetse re crowd ile ne hirilwe ka di bus. E mana re bana rona rana strata, re ntjatsa strata. La ba ka re una le eng ko Soweto. EFF etsa eng ko shutdown. How ba sheba batho ba teng? As batho ba Soweto, the hired crowd coming to Soweto. Ebe project ka rona le support ko Soweto. E re tlebeleng. Le lona South Africans. But more EFF la para di keeper. Let me ask a question. Where's Malema when your kids are dying and suffering from nyope? Where's Malema in the township? When there's no electricity in the township and you are being abused by Eskom, where is Malema? Where's Malema when your children are sitting in street corners and there's no progress? They're sitting in the same street corner for 7 years. Where's Malema? Making a noise somewhere. We are really unemployed now in our majority as young people.
Yes. So I'll try to comment or give my analytics in two stages in this video. The first one, I'll try to take you a little bit about what Julius Malema had said in his press conference about this national shutdown. And then I'll try to comment about what you just heard from Lux. Well, you know that Julius Malema, when he was asked a question to know whether he had informed the police about this national shutdown or not, and whether he's going to accept that other people who don't feel like joining him on that day, he should consider that as they are within the right to accept this national shutdown or not. Julius Malema was very clear. He says that they don't need to go and ask permission from anyone. And then he reminds people that it is within their right to go and prostrate on that day.
We can't apply for that which is given to us by the Constitution. It is our constitutional right to protest, and we shall protest on the 20th of March.
So let's keep that in mind. That already give also Lux the right to understand that it is within his right to accept and welcome this national shutdown, yes or not. Now that he decided to come in media, on social media, saying that there won't be national shutdown. First of all, myself, I totally agree with him on that, because it is within his right. As much the EFF, they have that right to go and call for the national shutdown per state. It's the same. Lux also have the right to not participate and call people who believe in him to not participate in this match. Julius Malema himself have done so many times. Whenever other politicians or other political parties, they are calling for something, you have that right to agree or disagree with them. A day before yesterday, Julius Malema said this.
Are here today not because we committed any crime, but because we hold a different political view, and they want to use the court and the power they have to persuade us to agree with them. They are not using the political space and argument to persuade us to agree with them. And that is an attempt to intimidate us. So you must never, under any circumstances, die being on your knees.
That same words is something that Lux and his people, they can also apply. In other words, they have the right to disagree with the EFF. Now, the point here I want to raise now when it comes to Lux is for the fact that when he get to speak, he tried to pretend not to be a politician. He tried to distance himself from the politicians with their activities, with their lies. He tried to act like he's not one of them. He tried to be kind of like, we are tired of politicians. Yet, he's having the same language as politicians. I'm going to give you a very easy example. All these politicians, you know, go back, take them back, look who they used to be before they gain this power or this popularity that they're having right now. You'll get to see that all of them, they used to have the same language as Nhlanhla Lux. They never change. They used to have the same words. As they keep on gaining that popularity, gaining that power, that's when they change, when they start now testing that sauce. That, you know, that peri-peri with sauce nyana, they start now changing to where they are now. But at first, they were all having the same words. They were all sounding the same as Lux. So, listening to him trying to distance himself from all this, I don't buy it. I don't agree with it. As a political analyst as I am, I believe that the man is actually doing his campaign. He's kind of like trying to build his brand, his name, so that we'll get to use it tomorrow. And when that day comes, please don't forget what I have said to you. Because when you have to distance yourself from politics and politicians with their mafias, you don't need to have this kind of conversation. You can't come on media and try to attack a political party or a political leader because of what they have said, because you don't agree. You don't agree, or because you have your point of view, which is different from what they have said. You don't do that. The moment you do that, to them, they'll consider you as the enemy. You know, like a political enemy. Yes, that's the proper word I should use. They'll consider you as if you are EFF against ANC or EFF against DA. So you guys will get along where you're supposed to get along, and you'll get to what should I say? You'll get to disagree where you guys don't seem to be in the same page. And listening to him talking like this for the first time after a while, he never mentioned the name of Julius Malema. This time he had to mention the Julius Malema names and try to give people example of Julius Malema children, what kind of life they live and everything. That actually, it is the same language as politicians who are trying to gain power. They come with this kind of speech, this kind of conversation to tell people, so that people don't get to see that, yes, this one is one of us. Especially those one who are in poverty, those one who are suffering, those one who are, their children still going in the public school and they could not even be able to buy them books. When they get to listen to this kind of conversation, they'll obviously have that passion to feel like, yes, this one is one of us, is talking in our behalf. But only time will tell whether Lux is actually out of politics or is in within politics. But according to our understanding of the whole matter, when we get to listen to him, the guy is within politics already. I'm going to give you another very easy example. Look, whenever Lux don't talk about politics, like mentioning ANC or Ramaphosa or Julius Malema or these other high-profile politicians, go in his social media accounts whenever he speaks. Go and find out how many people get to listen to him and what impact does his message have out there. But when he get to speak about politics with politicians, get to see how he gets to trend and get to see how he goes, his video goes viral. Do you know why? That is how a person with a dream get to see. So the guy is kind of like trying to use high profile in politics, those high profile names, using them so that he can build also his name. Because right now, everyone who did not even know who's Lux, they are trying to get to know who's this guy and why is he talking like this, you know, which political party is he coming from? Because that's the next question people would like to ask. They're not going to ask whether is he independent or what. No, is he independent because right now the man is busy trying to build his name. So what I'm trying to say by all this is that in his message, I like the idea that the guy came to remind also people that no, you can't obey just because it is Julius Malema with the EFF that are calling you for the national shutdown. But instead, it is within your right to go for this national shutdown or not, to accept it and welcome it or not. It is your choice. So, and according to him, he says that there won't be national shutdown. That now, it is another question we should ask. When he said that there won't be national shutdown, is he referring in Soweto, Parliament, or among the Dula operation where those people are located? Or is he talking about the whole Gauteng, Cape Town, Durban? That's another question. Because when EFF called for the national shutdown, they call it because they know that they have people almost everywhere. And they call it because they know that they have more than 1 million, close to 2 million members who are more loyal to EFF. So even if Nhlanhla Lux refused to join or support this national shutdown, the EFF, they'll go ahead and execute it because there are so many in number. Now, him when he's saying that there won't be national shutdown, How many members of Soweto Parliament does he have that will get also to listen and obey to his speech? And who's that truck owners or taxi owners or any businessman or woman out there who would like to risk and put their business out there to expose it, all because Lux have said that there won't be a national shutdown? Because we don't know what will happen. So when he's saying that there won't be national shutdown, there is only two options which are involved here. It is either they are preparing, the Soweto Parliament, to put a block to the EFF manifestation on that day, or either they are preparing themselves to challenge the EFF. So if that have to happen, then it will be what the law call as a provocation. It will be a provocation whereby you have tried to violate other people's rights who believe that we are going to march. You try to respect your right of not marching, but you went on and tried to disturb people who are marching. You get to see now why I'm saying that this is kind of like a political or politicians' activities. Because another thing we should know, you might see Lux talking like this, but you don't know the person who could be behind it. What if the politicians with their political parties who are against this national shutdown to take place, and they have to go and use it? You're never gonna know. Anything, it is possible. So guys, that is it I want to discuss with you in this video. I hope this video will be more beneficial to you now that you get to understand what the president of EFF, Julius Malema, have said, and what Nhlanhla Lux have raised as his opinions, how all this have to play in balance, because it is very important you get to understand the whole drama and the whole scenario, how it is taking the place. Thank you so much for watching. Before you leave, make sure that you do me a favor by following this page and give me your thumbs up. I'm expecting to hear from you through the comment section. Drop your comment down. Tell us also what you think about this national shutdown. Are you in or not? Are you supporting what Lux have said, or are you supporting what Julius Malema have said? I'll see you again very soon, but for now, continue to be yourself. Be good, be kind, have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again in our next video. Ciao.